just learned something new. I mean, like, just learned something new. Like 20 minutes ago, learned something new. So, of course, I couldn't wait to make a video. This was a technique that a Facebook friend posted on my Facebook wall. She shared a YouTube video. I will link to that video in the video description. And it is for a technique where you can make what's called a dendritic pattern. Dendritic means anything that has branches, like a tree. You've probably done this accidentally. And I've done it accidentally, but didn't really understand how to do it on purpose. Now I know. Here's what you need. You need 2 pieces of glass. The guy in the video said 2 strong pieces of glass. I don't have 2 strong pieces of glass. I have 2 weak pieces of glass. Did I say grass? I felt like I said grass. Okay, well, I meant glass. So anytime you hear me say grass, just substitute glass from now on, okay? Okay. So these came out of thrift store picture frames. They are not sturdy. But as long as you have a hard surface that you're working on, I think you'll be okay. Because you're going to have to press these 2 together. And if your surface is soft and you press these 2 together, one of them's going to break, right? But I have a bunch of layers of paper, but they're on top of a hard piece of wood, so I should be okay. Let me show you the patterns. There's a learning curve, and I did lots of experimenting, you know, to see what would work and what doesn't. This really didn't. I learned that too much paint is a bad thing. Too much water is a bad thing. Actually, any water at all is sort of a bad thing, but not all the time. And I'll show you what I mean. See, this is the dendritic pattern. See right here, kind of the tree branch looking thing. There you get a better view. And this I did some printing over it because it wasn't my favorite. Okay, what not to do, right there. Way too much paint. That's the same. Okay, here's a good one I just did. These are good examples of the pattern that you get. And you get 1 on each piece of glass, so you get like 2 prints that are a mirror image of each other. So really cool, huh? I mean, it wouldn't take much to finish this out, and it's like a forest. Quick, easy forest, or snow, or frost on a window, or something. Too much paint, just right paint. Okay, another lesson in what not to do. And do not spray the heck out of them with water, because that doesn't work. Even a little bit of water can mess you up. See, I've already made all the mistakes for you. That's good. I just didn't have enough coverage. So, yeah, blobs, I tried just putting little dots. Dots really don't work unless this is the effect that you want. And clearly, stacking wet pages on top of each other is also in the realm of what not to do. There we go. These were practice sheets, so no big deal. These are all actually quite usable for collage pieces, and I will continue to print over them, maybe even pull out my jelly plate on them. You know, absolutely nothing wrong with them, but it was not this, which is what I was going for. This is the dendritic pattern. And look, this is a winter forest scene just right there. It practically, seriously, all you need is just a little sun over here or something, and it's done. I don't do scenery, landscapes, but I understand the concept, and that's pretty darn close. This is a very dense forest. I can see it so clearly. Okay, obviously I'm very excited about this because it's new and it's interesting and it's different. It's something you've probably seen before on accident, but I'll show you how to get it on purpose fairly consistently. 2 pieces of glass. Oh, you're probably going to need a knife or something sharp to separate the glass. I bought this, this is a watch tool. It's just a very thin blade that you can use to slip underneath the back of a watch casing to pry the back off, because I buy a lot of jewelry and cannibalize it, you know. So I bought this from American Science and Surplus, just a few dollars, and it works really great because it's nice and thin. You may need this to pry your pieces of glass apart because they get stuck. You're also going to want to use paint colors that like each other, because this can go muddy on you real easy if you don't. Okay? So, and I'm using acrylic, regular, cheap acrylic craft paint. You can use your fancy art paint if you want to, but you don't have to. This is just fine. And what you do is, you just put a little of each color. Not much. The dude on the video, he did a spot about that big, and he said use a teaspoon. Well, I think his measurement was kind of off. It didn't look like a teaspoon to me, but I think the point is don't use too much. Then you want to spread it out in a thin, even coat. Just like that. Now, place your clean piece of glass over your painted piece of glass, like so, and press. You want to press firmly. This is why he recommended, you know, strong glass. I'm using weak glass cautiously. This is also why you want to work on a firm surface and not your bed like I used to do. Okay, you see the pattern starting? Cool, right? Okay, this is where this little knife comes in handy, because it's sometimes difficult to pry these two pieces apart. But, oh. There we go. But once you do, then you'll get your pattern. I was scared to push too hard, so I didn't get too much contact on that side, but it's okay. Then you just take a piece of paper and do the usual mono printing routine. Don't slide your paper. Just press firmly, and there you have it. Very cool. Alright? I think so. Okay, on this, because I hate to just waste paint, I'm going to spray, this is a little bit of watered down alcohol, and just kind of wet it a little bit. Let's see if we can get another print out of it. I may need to wet it a little bit more. Oh. Alright, let's see. It feels very dry. Oh. Unimpressive, but not a complete failure. Maybe if I just put water. I've tried this before and I just got a mess. So I think there's a fine line between just wet enough and then too much. And this looks like too much because it's scooching out. Okay, so I haven't found that sweet spot when it comes to adding the water. Oh. Yeah. Okay, see, that didn't quite work. Alright. We're just going to still learn here together, okay? Okay, bear with me. Let me kind of wipe these off. Okay, let's try let's try it again. Let's use the same colors because I've still got them in this brush. The little pink. I wonder if that's enough. Probably not. Yeah, I'm still not exactly sure what just the right amount of paint is either. So, let's see. This one was quite a bit thinner than my first round. Too thin. Okay. 1 squirt of water. Okay, I see stuff happening. Maybe it's 1 squirt. Maybe that's the key. I'm just going to do the back of these pages. I love the way this feels because, you know, this is craft paint, which has a matte finish, and it's not really smooth. It's kind of almost chalky feeling. It feels really cool. Oh, that's actually nice. Oh, I like that. Okay, 1 squirt of water. That's the recipe for rehydrating. We'll call it rehydrating. Okay. Since this is not like your jelly plate, you can't just keep going because you'll get muddy. So I'm going to use a baby wipe to clean these off. Can you do this on a jelly plate? I know someone's going to ask me. I don't know, but I'm willing to bet the answer is no because it's soft. And what forms those little dendritic branches is air getting up underneath there. And with the jelly plate, I'm afraid there wouldn't be any air or enough air that would get in there. But if you want to try it, go for it. I don't know, maybe a piece of glass on top of the plate. I think if you've like squished 2 jelly plates together, I don't think you'd ever get them apart. I wouldn't go there. But you never know. I can't get my paint open. It's new. It was on the clearance rack at the Walmart, so I grabbed it. Okay. And safe colors. And I hate wasting paint, so I'm going to clean my brush off and my book specifically for that purpose. And then rinse the rest. And now okay. Oh, cool. Ooh, that just looks like seaweed in the ocean. Oh, lovely. So you know what? I'm just really loving this, especially because all you need is a couple of pieces of glass from a thrift store picture frame and some acrylic paint, a brush, and a little knife, and you can create these awesome patterns. You don't have to have any kind of fancy, you know, stencils or jelly plate or tools, or what did we say? 1 squirt? Guess what? I just did 2. So yeah, if you're thinking, oh, I can't do all those cool jelly printing things because I don't have any stencils and I can't afford a jelly plate, well, you can probably afford to get you a couple of thrift store picture frames. Get the ones with the glass, because the glass is what you need. Do I need to say that? Unfortunately, I feel like I do. And then some cheap acrylic craft paint. And then you, too, can make cool patterns. Ah, awesome. Okay, you get the idea, right? It just basically, it's more of the same. It's kind of a one-trick pony. This is all you get. But the variations are interesting. So let's do one last one. I pulled out the black. And let's just put it over what we've already got. And spread it. Smush it. If you're worried about the glass breaking, you can put a towel down. If that bothers you. It doesn't really bother me because there's more of a risk of my rough hands cutting the glass than there is of the glass cutting my hands. How sad is that? They're artist hands, dang it. Okay. Uh-oh. I moved the paper. Not good. Okay, I was thinking these might make a cool Halloween something. Oh, yeah. Instant awesome Halloween backgrounds. Okay. Dendritic Monoprinting. That's what we have here. So yeah, go get your stuff and do it, and then send me links to your videos or your pictures because I want to see what yours look like. Because I know somebody else is going to figure this out way better than I already have, because that's the way it should be. I love it when y'all take things and run with it. So here you go, take it, run, do something fabulous, and then let me see it so I can copy you. Okay, until you get finished. The end. Oh. Look, you can see my lighting. Okay. That bugs me. I can fix that.